Hi guys, this is Erica Simonavice with the Robby Brady team at Tate Realtors, and I am here with Shara and Travis from Apple Tree Inspections. Wave hi, guys.
Hi, Erica. Yeah.
So we are still in the midst of the epidemic. Things are slowly coming back out, but just due to safety, we're trying to do some videos and some learnings for people. So today we're going to really focus on inspections. So we have these guys from Apple Tree Inspections here to talk with us. So first thing is, what is a home inspection?
Well, the purpose of a home inspection is really to have somebody with knowledge and experience to thoroughly evaluate the home so that a buyer can understand the true condition of the property that they're looking to purchase. What we do, we look at all of the major components of a home, really everything. I walk the roofs nearly always. Occasionally there will be one that's too steep for me, but we go on the roof, we go through the crawl space, we check all the windows and doors, the appliances, of course, the heating and air conditioning system, electrical, the plumbing, all of the outlets. So really, we test about everything in the home from top to bottom, and then we provide a report to the buyers where all that information with pictures has documentation so that they know the true condition of the property.
We feel like, somebody's spending $200,000, $300,000, $400,000, $500,000 on a house, and a home inspection is an opportunity to get an expert in addition to the eyes of your realtor, to really assess the condition of your home, to open your eyes, to let you know what you're spending your money on. That's what a home inspection is. Appraisers have their jobs, realtors have their jobs, and a home inspector is to let you know this is what the condition of your home is.
Perfect. So now you kind of went through a big laundry list of what you do cover in a home inspection. Is there anything that you don't?
Well, sure. So there's limits to everything, and so as thorough as we try to be, and I try to inspect every home as if I were going to be buying the home myself. Still, there's limitations to what we do, and an obvious one we run into often is when a property is occupied. We don't move the owner's personal property during a home inspection. So if there's a king size bed, we're not going to move the bed to test the outlet behind the bed or check the floor under the bed. And so we're limited by the condition that day and what's accessible. So also, speaking of accessibility, like we don't have x-ray vision. We can't see through the walls.
That would be really cool.
We have thermal imaging cameras, we have some technologies, but they have limitations too. So it's really just for what's accessible and what's visible.
The other thing that we want people to understand, and especially first-time home buyers, people that are new to this process of buying a home, is we do not look at cosmetic items generally. Like, there's some paint colors. I might come into a home and say, oh, that's a beautiful paint color, but another person might look at it and say, that is a horrible paint color. And some people get a little bit confused that sometimes we are looking at cosmetic items, and occasionally out of necessity we will see some things, like if there's a burn in the carpet, those kinds of things. It is technically cosmetic, but the home inspector, a good one, he will note those in a home inspection.
But we're generally, cosmetic issues are they're inherently subjective, and so we don't do a lot of cosmetic things. That's really up to the buyer to decide what's acceptable to them on those items. Home inspectors are primarily looking for function, structure, safety type related items. We may note some cosmetic items as a courtesy, but that's really not what we're there to do. That's for the buyer to decide on those type of things.
Is the green shag carpet okay for you?
Yep.
Exactly. Well, too, and in the state that we're in, we've got a few different ways to do to ask for repairs. And so one of the main ones that most buyers and sellers find acceptable is what's called a repair procedure. So making sure that the systems are in good working order, the roof is free of leaks, and that there's no environmental concerns, and that all improvements are made structurally sound. So this is more of the items that you're looking for, rather than if there's a scuff in the paint or there's scratches in the hardwoods, things like that. So the main bones of the home, and make sure that that's good. Correct?
Yep, that is correct.
Perfect. And then we kind of talked about this a little bit, but what other options are there for inspections?
You know, there's a lot of things, and that's one of the things actually that maybe sets us apart from a lot of other companies. We do offer a lot of ancillary services. So in addition to just doing the basic home inspection, the three biggest ones, or the most popular ones, I should say, that we do radon testing is very common. Greenville is a high risk area for elevated levels of radon. So we offer that testing service. We test for mold and indoor air quality. And the third one is we can do the CL 100 letter at the same time as the home inspection. So we partner with a licensed pest control company that we coordinate and take care of that at the same time as well. Those are the three biggest ones, but we also do a lot of other things, sprinkler systems, swimming pools.
We do home energy reports. We do, you said
wells, septic.
We can do water quality testing. We send that to a lab, same as we do with our air quality testing.
We can test for lead-based paint or asbestos or things like that. So those are less common for us to do, but we do offer all of those.
Great. And then I'm sure you guys probably don't agree with this, but are all inspectors alike?
You know, there's a really huge variation in the home inspection industry. And Erica, I'm sure you know this probably as well as anybody. There are some industries, like when a person graduates as a medical doctor, like there's going to be a lot more consistency across that field than a home inspector. It should go without saying, but you know, home inspections is relatively simple to get a state license for. You do have to be licensed in the state of South Carolina. There are a number of states where you don't even need a license. But in fact, Georgia. You don't need a license.
Scary.
So
Yeah,
anybody could just go do a home inspection. Here you do need a license, but it isn't extremely hard to get the license, you know, from my perspective. So you can have people who maybe they were doing IT a couple of weeks ago and now they're a home inspector. And so what you really want to look for is somebody who has a background and experience, who's been, you know, done a lot of inspections and has that type of perspective, because there's a lot of subjectivity in, like, I mean, most anybody could see there's a crack in a foundation, for example, but what does the crack mean? Is it just normal expansion contraction that's really not that big of a concern? Or is there some serious settling that's gone on where we should have a structural engineer come evaluate it? And so that type of knowledge comes from experience and a background, and people who don't have the experience, they can lead people in the wrong direction because they really don't have the ability to assess things accurately. It just comes from time, from being around it a long time and knowing what things are normal and what things are outside of the norm.
Perfect. So now, I know we kind of brushed on this, but now what makes you an apple tree different than most inspectors?
Well, Travis just touched on, I think, probably one of the biggest issues for us that sets us apart is Travis's experience. He was a building contractor for 25 years, doing custom built homes, multifamily homes, really his whole career, and doing home inspections. And then he went into home inspecting full time. So he knows homes. He knows what those cracks mean.
And then the other big thing that plays in with experience too is when you're explaining to somebody, there's an issue on a home, their first question is, well, what do I do about it? You know, how do I correct it? How do I fix it?
How much is it going to cost?
Yeah, and all of those type of questions.
Yep.
And so that takes an industry knowledge and experience to be able to give knowledgeable answers on those. So that is a big thing.
I think when you talk with somebody who has a lot of knowledge, and you see this in your industry, Erica, when an agent has been doing it a long time and little bumps in the road come, you're able to kind of smooth it over. You're able to explain it. You're able to give a sense of confidence and reassurance to your clients that, okay, this is a bump in the road, but we'll get through this because I know what I'm doing. I've been doing this a long time. It's the same with the home inspector. When something does come up on a home inspection that is unexpected, whether it's large or small, somebody like Travis, who has so much experience, he's able to bring a measure of comfort. He's able to explain it. He's able to steer them in the direction really that they need to go to still help them make the decision on, yes, this is the home we want, or maybe this is something that we're not ready to tackle right now. So I think that's a big part of what sets us apart. Another one is that we do offer a lot of inspections, you know, one phone call to Apple Tree Inspections, and we can handle almost all of your inspections.
The service, I think that, you know, we really work hard on customer service to be available for phone consultations or other things if there's questions after the inspection or concerns, explaining what we find. We really work hard on that, both at the inspection if they come and in the way we write the reports to try to make them understandable and clear. We provide a lot of pictures and explanations for just whatever issues are going on so people can understand what the issue is and what to do about it to correct it.
I mean, our reports are oftentimes a little longer than some home inspectors, but we really feel an important part of our job is to educate home buyers on the homes that they are purchasing. They're spending a lot of money. And so Travis includes in his reports educational things. This is what type of shingles you have. This is where your water shutoff is. This is, if you have any questions, he provides links for articles on how you can, you know, solve some of your problems. We like to educate buyers on their home. That's his background is home building. I've been involved with him for 26 years doing this. And so we really do want to educate people on the homes that they buy.
Right. But yeah, getting a good company to do your home inspection is extremely important. I think, I mean, you know, as an agent, just because somebody has a real estate license doesn't make them a good real estate agent. Like there's a pretty big
divide.
Somebody who's licensed and somebody who's really qualified to do their job and good at their job. And so when you're selecting a home inspector, just keep that in mind and make sure you maybe check that they have experience in the area, that they have a background and knowledge of what they're doing. You can check their online reviews, their customer satisfaction that they've had in the past.
And Erica, I don't know, did you know, you probably do, you're very good at what you do, that home inspectors are not required to carry any insurance in the state of South Carolina. I mean, that's crazy. And so we do, you know, a good home inspector should have insurance, liability, errors and omission. That's a really important thing to check when anybody is trying to look to hire a home inspector. You know, we're fully insured, but not everyone is. So make sure that that's part of your checklist.
Wonderful. Well, thank you guys. I very much appreciate your time today. For everyone that's watching, I will put both of our information in the comments below or the description below so that you guys have it. Apple Tree Inspections is definitely more in the upstate South Carolina area. But if you guys are looking for real estate anywhere, we're more than happy to get you in touch with your local real estate experts that can help lead you to people just like Travis and Shara who can make sure that you're protected on your next real estate investment. So thank you so much, guys. Have a wonderful day, and we'll see you later.
All right. Have a good night.